What up humans, Kurumi here, and welcome to the Mobile Legends Bootcamp. In this video, we are going to talk about the marksman, Hanabi. Hanabi has slope buff, and area of effect crowd control skills. Our Scarlet Flower, Hanabi, is a marksman hero. I consider Hanabi as a marksman that deals area of effect damage, since her skills are more on area of effect and crowd control. Not only that, she gains massive lifesteal from her skill. Now, let me share some tips and tricks on how to use Hanabi based on my experience. I will also teach you some combos and techniques on the latter part of this bootcamp. But before that, let me explain her skills one by one for further understanding. Hanabi's passive, ninjutsu, Equinox, grants her a shield. The shield depends on the amount of health she gains from lifesteal. It can absorb damage up to 20% of her max health points. Not only that, the shield also grants her immunity to disables. To know if Hanabi has a shield, you can see that she is shrouded with scrolls. So make sure to have your shield first before entering combat to ensure immunity from disables. Hanabi's first skill, ninjutsu, Petal Barrage, lets her fire petal blades at her enemies. When activated, after each basic attack hits an enemy, a new blade spawns and deals a certain amount of physical damage to the enemy. The spawned petal can also spawn the other petal upon hitting an enemy. The number of petals spawned per hit depends on the level of this skill. On its max level, a maximum of 5 petals can be spawned, but take note that the damage diminishes on each spawn. This skill also grants Hanabi 7% lifesteal initially, then she will gain additional 3% lifesteal for each time this skill is upgraded. In terms of slowing enemies, Hanabi's second skill, ninjutsu, Soul Scroll, might help you on that. Hanabi shoots a kunai attached to a scroll on a specified direction. Enemies hit by the kunai will receive a certain amount of damage. Not only that, their movement speed is also reduced. In addition, Hanabi gains a certain amount of mana depending on the number of enemy heroes hit. Hanabi's ultimate skill, Forbidden Jutsu, Higanbana, unleashes a seal to a specified direction. After hitting an enemy, the Higanbana blooms and deals a certain amount of physical damage. It also immobilizes the enemy hit directly by the seal and the Higanbana spreads within a radius. If enemies are still within the range of Higanbana after a certain period of time, a new flower blossoms. The new flower will also deal physical damage and immobilizes the enemy. If the enemy hero was already affected by Higanbana effects, he won't be affected again while the Higanbana is still blooming. There are so many items that you can buy for Hanabi. As for starting item, you can consider buying Hunter's Knife. This can grant you additional experience from jungle monsters. It also gives you additional damage dealt to monsters. You can sell this item on the latter part of the game. In my opinion, you can consider Swift Boots or Demon Shoes for Hanabi. Swift Boots grants additional attack speed and move speed. It can help you deal more damage with faster attack speed. On the other hand, Demon Shoes grants mana regeneration and additional movement speed. Its unique passive grants percentage regeneration of mana to Hanabi. She gains 10% mana every time she kills an enemy or assists on killing an enemy. She also gains 4% of mana every time she eliminates a minion. This is considered the best boots for Hanabi since she consumes a lot of mana for her first skill. Buying attack items, such as Demon Hunter Sword, can boost your damage massively. This item gives you additional physical attack and attack speed. Its unique passive deals 10% of target's current HP as additional physical damage. I can also suggest items, such as Wind Talker. This grants additional critical chance, movement speed, and attack speed. This item also deals magic damage to 3 enemies initially hit by her basic attack. This effect has 3.5 seconds cooldown. Each time the effect is triggered, Hanabi gains additional movement speed for a short period of time. Buying Berserker's Fury is also recommended. This item gives her additional physical attack, critical chance, and critical damage. It also increases her physical attack every time she deals critical damage. Take note that petals from her first skill also can deal critical hits. You can also consider Blade of Despair for additional physical attack and additional move speed. Blade of Despair's unique passive grants additional damage. If the enemy being attacked has health lower than 50%, This is a good item since it will greatly boost Hanabi's physical attack. Given that, she will also deal higher damage now with her petals on her first skill. You might also want to consider Wings of the Apocalypse Queen for her survival. This item increases her physical attack, health points, and cooldown reduction. Its unique passive reduces the damage taken by 50% when your health is less than 40%, and increases your lifesteal by 30%. The effect lasts for a few seconds. This effect has a cooldown of almost a minute. The items built for Hanabi really depends on the enemy's lineup, so make sure to read each item's description so you can adapt in-game. One of the best spell to be used on Hanabi is Flicker. This can help Hanabi escape death since a marksman has low health. You can also use Inspire to gain additional attack speed. More attack speed means more damage to be dealt to enemies. In my opinion, the best emblem set to be used is the Custom Marksman Emblem set. Custom Marksman Emblem could provide extra stats according to your needs as a marksman. Set Bravery to its max level because it can give you extra physical attack. Higher physical attack will give you higher damage dealt to enemies. Setting Swift to max level will provide additional attack speed. Higher attack speed deals more number of physical attacks to enemies. Get Weakness Finder to have a 20% chance to slow enemies. The effect will reduce target's movement speed by 90% and attack speed by 50%. This effect has a 2-second cooldown. For me, it's the best thing to get. Why? Because this can help you chase enemies when your second skill is on cooldown. Set Petal Barrage to max level first. Prioritizing Petal Barrage makes the additional lifesteal higher. That means you can be more durable during team fights with this. Prioritize Soul Scroll less since Petal Barrage is the skill you need to be more durable. Always upgrade her ultimate skill when available for upgrading. You can either start with the mid or bottom lane. This will give you the chance to farm better. You can either buy Hunter's Knife initially to deal more damage to minions. It will also give you additional experience from jungle monsters. Make sure you aim your second and ultimate skill perfectly as much as possible. This will be helpful in team fights because it slows down and immobilizes enemies. Aiming your second skill perfectly can grant you a large amount of mana, depending on the number of enemies hit. In terms of chasing enemies, I follow a combo for Hanabi. I usually cast Higanbana first. When the enemy is disabled, I do a few basic attacks. When the disabling effect of Higanbana is almost over, I then use Soul Scroll to slow down the enemy. This will give me more time to deal physical attack on the enemy. With the Weakness Finder on your Custom Marksman Emblem, this will also slow down the enemy. If ever the enemy is still alive, you may either use Flicker to chase the enemy, or use Soul Scroll when it is available to further chase the enemy. Hanabi has a high lifesteal. This gives her a big edge on one-on-one against other heroes.
You have slain an enemy.
Never use your ultimate as soon as possible when you have a Jawhead, or any other heroes that pushes enemies. There might be cases that they might push the enemies away from your ultimate skill. It's better to use your ultimate skill after they use their skills that pushes the enemy. Don't forget to turn off your first skill when you are just against one enemy. This will greatly drain your mana, so make sure to use it only against multiple enemies. When you are hitting the tower, you may turn off your first skill. This is because the tower will attack you if the petals are hitting the enemy heroes.
Excellent team destroyed a turret.
Good positioning during team fight will lead you to victory. Make sure to keep your distance from the enemies as much as possible. Being a marksman means dealing great damage from afar.
Triple kill.
Hanabi is a marksman, so expect your health points to be lower than other heroes. You can use Flicker to jump out of danger if ever assassins chase after you. I don't suggest being too aggressive if you don't have your shield. The shield will protect you from other disabling skills. Having your shield can save you from being immobilized or disabled by enemies. This can greatly save you from enemies like Franco. Still, it's better to keep your distance from the enemies.
See any other ninjas around here?
The tips I mentioned are just some of the ways you can use Hanabi. This video just guides you on how to use Hanabi the Kurumi way. So, once again, this is Kurumi and that's how you use Hanabi. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like and share this video. Also subscribe to my channel for more contents by clicking on the subscribe button below. For our skin giveaway events, check out the featured video on our channel for the mechanics. See you on the next Mobile Legends Bootcamp. Cheers.